Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday Spin Tunnel. It's a late one in the week, but that's okay. I'm Brandon. Everybody say hi.
I am
Spin
Chris.
tunnel.
Hi.
All right, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a Wednesday show. I don't know if we've done a Wednesday show yet.
I think we might have.
Maybe once or twice. I don't know. I know we've done Tuesdays. We started
Never
to move
Thursday.
towards Monday nights. We did do
It's going to
Sunday
be Monday
nights.
nights.
It's primarily Monday nights. But it doesn't really matter. Y'all catch it when it comes on. We usually wouldn't go in past a Wednesday. Wednesdays usually it's our cutoff.
We're not doing Thursdays. No Thursday night Woody Hip Productions.
You say that. One day
If we do
this
Thursday,
could change.
If we do Thursday, I might kill all three of us. All three of you, not me.
4? That's interesting. All right, anyway. Last weekend was Talladega. I don't know if y'all caught both races. I watched the last stage of the Cup. I watched the Cup race on and off, like periodically, because I was doing some stuff. I had it on in the background. I did watch the last stage in its entirety, though.
Yeah.
It was good. I really liked it. I thought Talladega was really well done.
I watched
breakfast.
What do y'all think?
Yeah. I watched all of the Cup race and as much of the Xfinity race as I could. I was at Monster Jam, so I didn't get to catch much of it. But from what I saw, Jeffrey Earnhardt did good. That was cool to see. But for the Cup race is concerned, yeah. Not the way they were racing, they were kind of going way too hard too early. Let's talk about that.
I don't know. I mean, someone was throwing some early blocks, but that only lasted about a couple laps.
Yeah. It would just get really dicey, and then it would.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we will get to that.
It's something to talk about. Yeah, before we go any further, this week's show, since it's like a Wednesday night, we haven't really prepared, and we're kind of all really busy and ill.
All tired.
All kinds of different outside factors making this week a little less enthusiastic, which is weird considering it's Talladega. We just had Talladega, which is a pretty extreme race. This show is we're just up here shooting shit. We don't really have a plan. We usually have a little plan that we kind of follow. Yeah, we're just up here talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about. It's a NASCAR show. It's a weeknight NASCAR talk show. So we're going to talk about NASCAR, and that's about it. So anyway, to finish up on Talladega, though, I will put our one thing that's worth noting up on the screen. Ross Chastain wins again.
That was good.
Second win of the season. And he did it, and to coin Chris's words here, he did it in the most un-Ross Chastain way possible by doing practically nothing and winning the race.
Yeah, he did not do a single.
Chastain, he put himself in position to make a good finish, and he didn't win this race. Everybody else lost.
Yeah. Interesting thing to note, about the versatility of these next-gen cars, by the way. The car that he won COTA with and the car that he won Talladega with are the exact same chassis. Just kind of something interesting that they...
That's pretty cool. I
think on the entry list, they should start telling the teams to say, what chassis it is.
Yeah, that was the thing they used to do back in the past. There used to be every car number was cars were numbered, and then they were posted on the entry list that was public.
Yeah, they should do that again.
It would be fun to see which one's which.
Yeah, with this car, it'd be a lot of fun. I'd like that a lot.
I think the only instance I remember of that really happening, besides people just mentioning it in passing, was Dale Jr.'s Speedway car that won the 500 2014 that he kept bringing back. I think, because he gave it a name. I think it was named. What was it named? Was it Amelia? It had a name.
I don't know.
It had a name. I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up. I'm curious.
Yeah, figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Amelia.
He
How long did you run that for?
He ran it in 2014, I guess.
Was it his first time running it?
I don't know. I don't know the history of it. But I can tell you that I know it won the 500 in 2014.
Right.
And then he won that Talladega race in 2015 in it too.
Not only that, but I looked it up. He ran it in the 2016 500 just because I Googled him, Dale Jr.
Yeah, and it won, and he won a duel that year in it.
Right.
So, yeah, lots of success out of that car. But anyway, side point. Back over to Chastain winning. Yeah, good job. I'll say personally, I was rooting for the 43 car. I was really hoping to see him win, but he did not. And he ended up finishing outside the top 5 at the line, which is
Talladega.
a tragedy. But, it's just the way she goes. Yeah, kind of a weird pair to be racing for the win at the end of it between Eric Jones and Kyle Larson.
Yeah,
considering it was Talladega and pretty much the entire field was still on track. So how that happened was interesting, but it happened nonetheless.
There's Jones.
Larson makes his move to the outside. Kurt Busch is there. They make contact. Kurt Busch eats the wall. 43 car goes up track for whatever reason he thought that was a good idea. I can't blame him, but whatever. And then they run each other up to the wall basically, and lo and behold, all the help on the bottom, just hear Chastain, zoom, there he is, winner. So good finish, good clean finish. I'm very impressed. We had no green white checkered this time. They all ran into the white flag, and then they didn't. I mean, we wrecked a couple cars coming to the line, but we didn't wad up the field. That being said, we did wreck a car that I saw, and I just started taking note of this, a mental note in my head. I said, "Damn, I can't really. I know it's happened, but I couldn't really think of a time of seeing a next gen car. Like, damn, that thing's junked." Besides, when I saw the 14 car, that's what I'm talking about.
And Chris Buescher, they were both destroyed. Briscoe more so than Buescher, but that was insane.
These cars have been pretty freaking tough. But seeing that 14 car, I was like, dang, I haven't seen one of these wrecked. I mean, it looked like a tore-up Gen 6, or any NASCAR that we've seen prior to this.
Big.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen one really wrecked like that. And, just in the back of my mind. I'm sure it's happened, but...
Yeah, I mean, I can think of maybe one, like Eric Jones at Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a hard hit.
David Reagan come into the line in the 500 was pretty bad, too.
Yeah, he took a big hit. Well, it was after the line, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he came across 8th. That's right.
And he dodged every single wreck all night somehow, and then immediately, mere feet after crossing the finish line, got absolutely destroyed.
By who else but Bad Brad?
Reign of terror never ends, even after the checkered flag. He's evil.
Speaking of, he had speed, but couldn't get out of his own way.
Yeah, he kept tripping over his own feet, I would say.
Yeah.
They started off strong, then they had a pit road penalty, then they got back to the front, and then it was just, I don't know.
Then they had another pit road penalty.
It was like, come on, man, you can't be getting pit road penalties under green at Talladega with no wrecks.
I do remember, though, during the race, give him one of his big pushes, one of those that wrecked the field at Daytona, and he was giving a big one to Logano, but he took it. And you can see Logano, shaking around, about to wreck it, but damn it, he held on, and they moved up about 10 cars. So that was pretty cool.
I think Keselowski backed off, which is good.
To add to that point, I did see a couple times when two cars locked up, in tandem, they were quick. You could clear the field if you just got up together and you have to. But the thing with the tandem with this is if you go up there like that, it's such a risk because you're saying, it is so hard to hold on to the damn car if you're the lead car because the back car is just absolutely it's picking you up off the ground.
Yeah,
so you're just driving on the pendulum of your front tires. So if you can keep that thing planted, you will see results. And I feel that helped more. I feel you can get away with that more here than we saw at any other track so far because Talladega is so big. You can kind of chase the car up the hill.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's room to have that buffer of I can't really control my car because I'm getting blasted. But
I remember thinking at the end of the race, coming past the white, turn 3. Kurt Busch steps out of line, oh my god, he's going to win this race. He has Truex with him. Because they were really far back, but again, the Tims have been so good. I was thinking maybe he'd just get enough of a run, and he almost did, I think.
He had the run, and then it got snuffed out.
He had the run until Kyle Larson moved up without a spotter and just ended his day.
Was that a good segue? Should we segue into that?
I mean, I'm not putting anything on the screen. We can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
We talk about we only have to talk about
Denny
NASCAR.
Hamlin was not happy because Kyle Larson inadvertently.
I mean, I wouldn't say he was not happy. I feel like he was more just like
screwing around on
He was more just like dicking with him, like giving him a hard time in like a tongue-in-cheek way.
Yeah, I think at first he was unhappy when he tweeted like the whole "not clear" thing, but then it was more of just like jokes. You know what I mean?
He was unhappy. He owns the car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Kyle Larson moved up. Kurt Busch into Kurt Busch, who hit the wall, took out other teammate Bubba Wallace, who hit the wall head on. That was really hard hit for the 23. But yeah. After that, Hamlin takes to Twitter and post a Family Guy meme.
That's a funny little Family Guy meme. It's like making fun of my buddy Kyle.
Yeah, of an Asian lady, and even Denny Hamlin was like, "Let me preface this by saying we're friends."
Yeah.
And I'm going to come with a hot take. I don't think people were pissed off because they actually found it racist. I think a lot of HMS fans just wanted something to be mad about and framed it as, he's being racist.
Yeah, I just think people were mad because it's Denny Hamlin. Yeah. And they want another reason to be mad at Denny Hamlin.
Yeah. Like, even as an HMS fan, I'm like, really? People are mad at this? Really?
What do you think, Vito?
It wasn't a big deal. At all.
I think there were people who considered it racist because it is on Twitter.com.
No, I think there were definitely thought that, but I think the majority were mostly there because, like, oh man, Denny Hamlin, he's being stupid again. I don't like Denny Hamlin.
I agree with everybody. I think there was some people that said, "Oh, this is bad," because everybody looks at things these ways these days, where it's just like, you got to go down the checklist of making sure it passes all criteria of not offending anyone when you post online with a following,
Yeah.
And I think he failed some of those checks because this meme could be misinterpreted as a Asians can't drive racist joke. However, it wasn't, just don't look at it that way, and look at it the way that 99% of people would interpret this. If just in the general consensus of conversation, it would just be, it's a funny joke of him just chopping across a bunch of people's lane because that's all he did all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I agree with Chris because, it's Denny Hamlin. Like,
people kind of don't like this guy.
If you pick someone else and, you pick different people in this situation, it would just be funny and everybody move on. But I think because it was Denny Hamlin doing it,
I think the only other person maybe would be like Kyle Busch. That's about it.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson.
You think Kyle Larson would get in trouble for making that meme about himself?
Yes, I do.
I don't.
I think he'd get in trouble with the local authorities and
Talladega County Police.
NASCAR sensitivity.
But anyway, here, let me do it for you, Adrian. Anyway, yeah. So if you missed this, anybody listening out there, if you missed what we're talking about, because we didn't even give out we just started talking about it like everybody knew, and I feel your people know this is a NASCAR show. It was kind of a big headline this week, but give you the premise here. Denny Hamlin goes on Twitter. We gave you this part. Denny Hamlin goes on Twitter, posts a Family Guy clip of the Asian lady that's like, "I turn now," and like drives across a bunch of people on the freeway and causes a big wreck, and like put Kyle Larson, like his name on the screen over the lady, and like posted it as a joke online, talking about Kyle Larson cutting off a bunch of people and wrecking his race cars like at Talladega in the process. And then Denny was like, just, I wasn't gonna make any comment, but just to put a little out there, we're friends. This is just tongue-in-cheek fun, which we've seen before on TV between these two. But anyway.
Yeah, is that an Asian joke?
People misinterpret this, or they interpret it how they want to interpret it, just to fuck with Denny Hamlin, whatever. And they see it as this derogatory type thing, It's like it's a racial joke, because Kyle Larson's like Asian, kind of. And he's got like
Kyle Larson is
looking Asian I've ever seen.
And then like Denny Hamlin is like bad guy. Everybody hates Denny Hamlin. So they took his little joke and made a big fuss about it, which I guess, it could go either way. If I was in Denny Hamlin's position, I wouldn't post it because of just that's the online landscape of today. But, anyway. So then this big fuss happens. Denny Hamlin eventually, after a couple hours, just takes the post down because he's like, okay, this caused a big problem. This wasn't supposed to happen. This has been blown out of proportion. I'll just take it down. No harm, no foul. Next day rolls around. NASCAR steps in response to all of this big fuss, and they're forcing Denny Hamlin, which we've seen with drivers in the past. Most recently, I think we saw like Kyle Busch, Haley Deegan.
Kyle Busch.
Most notably Kyle Larson, but anyway. Denny Hamlin has to undergo NASCAR sensitivity training protocol. He has to go to sensitivity training for his NASCAR meme he posted on Twitter. And
it's just going to be a slap on the wrist.
And once he completes that, he'll be totally fine and free of cause. But I don't we talked about this earlier this week, me and Adrian did off the show, and we were like, they're probably not doing anything. It's probably like, yeah, I get it. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Done. You know what I mean?
I think the way they do it changes depending on the infraction. Like Kyle Larson saying the N-word on iRacing, yeah, sensitivity training, do that. But Denny Hamlin posting a Family Guy meme, they probably just made it seem like they're doing more than they are just because, it's NASCAR. They're trying to shed the image of a bunch of racist rednecks, so they're going to do what they can do to kind of get rid of that image, and if putting Denny Hamlin through quote-unquote sensitivity training is what they need to do, they're going to do it.
Kyle Larson clip was funny. Watch, I'll do the Kyle Larson clip right now. Can everybody hear me?
No.
And we're off the air.
Oh, the show's gone. Oh, no.
Oops. Don't want to get the FCC involved. They might take us down.
I'm gonna fucking tear your fingernails off.
The fellas at the freaking FCC.
Woo!
Anyway.
Science experiment for those at home. Take a toothpick and put it under your big toe and kick the wall.
Yeah! Science experiment is at home. See that box in your dad's closet that has a gun in it? Open the box and you play with the gun.
Science experiment. Get a bottle of whiskey and a loaded gun.
Sit in your desk.
Leave him out.
Smokes, let's go.
Smokes, let's go. You gotta do the snaps, man. Anyway.
What else about Talladega?
I don't know. I thought it was fun.
Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Talladega Boulevard didn't have as much fun stuff as I thought it would this time. I was sad. I think the most notable thing I saw was an abundance of couches, but that usually happens. So,
yeah. Oh, one more thing that I did notice that I thought was kind of funny: Corey LaJoie on the final lap went sliding in like the exact same way Ross Chastain did in this race last year. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Corey LaJoie is going to win the next race.
Oh yeah. Totally. Corey LaJoie taking the Spire Motorsports 7 car for surprisingly their second win as a team, if that were to happen. Because they got the win with Justin Haley in 2019.
I think you mean their 50th win as a team.
Oh, yeah.
They will win 49 races. 48 races.
Yeah, I like Corey LaJoie. I would love to see him win a plate race, like straight up. He came close last year at Daytona. He was, I think, running second to Blaney on the final lap. But I think that's it for Talladega. Anybody have anything else?
I'm done.
Really.
I have nothing to
I don't think much else really to talk about that.
So now, I guess we just talked about, like...
you brought up Jeffrey Earnhardt. That was cool. Jeffrey Earnhardt drove the RCR number 3 in Xfinity with Larry McReynolds as the crew chief and finished second with an awesome charge on the final couple laps to drive that car from like 11th to 2nd and almost take the win. However, the race was won by Noah Gragson, who drives for Junior Motorsports. So it was a really, really big Earnhardt moment between the top two. Earnhardt family abroad. We had the Junior Motorsports car win, followed by the 3-car piloted by Kerry Earnhardt. So Dale Earnhardt's grandson, I was going to say Kerry Earnhardt's son, Jeffrey. Jeffrey drove, son of Kerry, grandson of Dale Sr. Dale Sr.'s other son, Dale Jr., has a race team in the Xfinity Series, and he won the race. So there you go.
And it is funny that Junior Motorsports got into victory lane, considering the two best cars in the race were both junior cars. Neither of them were Noah Gragson. Josh Berry was, leading a bunch of laps early on, and then he got caught in a wreck. And then Justin Allgaier led a bunch of laps, and he ran out of fuel, and obviously the 9 ended up taking the win. So still Junior Motorsports getting into victory lane, but you could argue the quote-unquote wrong Junior Motorsports driver. I don't know.
I hope Noah Gragson is a career-ending injury, because I don't want to see him in the Cup.
Wow.
How did he run? Did anybody know where he finished? How did Noah Gragson run in the Cup race?
I don't want him to die.
20th. He was like 20th.
He was fine. It was not bad. I mean,
he ran like 20th.
Yeah. He almost fell out of the pack when he got behind Cindric for a little bit.
Unfortunately, he did not do the 4-corner press into the catch fence, Chris.
No, he did not do the 4-corner press into the catch fence.
Maybe next time.
Maybe.
I think that if that 62 car keeps that sponsor around next year, they'd have some real grill skills.
Yeah.
Grill skills. The show is not affiliated with Wendy's.
He'll be back for Daytona. We'll see him.
But it could be.
Oh, yeah.
If you buy a $5 biggie bag.
If you buy a faux, let me tell you, half the proceeds.
I want just a good old Dave's old-fashioned hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm down for a Baconator right now. Good old Baconator. It's a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Is that a hot take? Is not liking Noah Gragson a hot take?
No, I think it's pretty split. I feel like he doesn't have anybody like his. I feel like people with Noah Gragson, they either really don't like him or they love him.
I love him.
He's a very polarizing figure. I think he's very fun. I like how he's always seems to be having. He's just a fun guy, but not like in a happy, cheerful way, like in a goofy way. Like he's just like
his celebration at Phoenix.
He's like a more. He's like a more professional, version of the Cletus McFarland type, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate the Cletus McFarland type.
So, I don't know. He's grown on me a little bit. Like, I used to be part of the group that didn't really like him because I thought he was kind of a prick. Couple, I'd say, 2 years ago? Beginning of last season, especially. He seemed very... Well, I was kind of a prick. He just seemed kind of like... Not like
pissed off.
Not like he seemed very entitled, but not like in like a spoiled rich kid way, like entitled in like a this is mine kind of way. You know what I mean?
He seemed really pissed off even after good finishes. Very much like Kyle Busch, where
he was just always he just always seemed like he's just in a shitty mood about everyone and everything.
Yeah, like Kyle Busch, he taps he skids the tires on the. Eric Estep said this. He skids the tires on the restart, and he says the car's killed over the radio. That kind of thing. Where it's come on, dude, calm down.
But I don't know. He started rolling off some wins, toned back on that attitude, and is now just kind of being more fun. And I don't know. He's grown to be more personal. You know, by having more fun, he's got that person. He's got a good personality. I love his personality.
I also think he went. He ended up.
And he's coming around as a race car driver.
He's coming around as a really good driver. Before he was, I would compare him almost to a slightly better version of Brandon Jones before. And now he's just a really, really good driver.
Because he had that bad attitude of the Kyle Busch type of it's just it's not perfect, it's horrible, blah 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 blah. But it's you didn't have any results to kind of back that up. Kyle Busch has the results to back that up. He can be a dick because he's or not a dick, but he can be hard like that because he expects something.
I also bet Kyle Busch.
But he knows he's perfect. He can be perfection, and he wants that all the time. Gragson, it was you treat everybody else on track and stuff you're this timely vet that needs respect on the track, and it's you're in your rookie year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now he's come around and he's toned out that attitude, shown a lot more results, shown a lot more composure on the racetrack. He's not such a hothead.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, outside the track, outside the car, he's a really likable guy now, I think, personality-wise. He's a fun guy to pull for because he's just entertaining. He's always he's just fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see him in Cup. And if I had it my way, it'd be in a junior car and Cup. That's what I really want because I don't want him to go anywhere. You know what I mean?
I still think he could find some more Xfinity success first.
Yeah, no, I think
because there's no seats in Cup right now, and there's no point in trying to find one.
Yeah,
if you're running, he needs to run. He should. Why didn't he try to at least win the Xfinity title?
Yeah, I was gonna say this year I think could be his year. I think it's
or put up a season that would make you look like an Xfinity champion.
Yeah.
Roll off 8 or 9 wins. Like we saw Custer and them roll off 9 wins. Bell 9 or 10 wins, and then they're still struggling to get their feet on the ground in Cup.
Yeah, I think
that's why I'm worried about Gregson. Yeah, he's cool. I'd like to see him in Cup, but I'm afraid that if he did go there, he wouldn't do anything.
It depends. He needs to be in a good situation.
Because it seems like how a lot of the Xfinity guys have been recently. There's just not a lot of success.
Bell should have set the world ablaze, and he's won once.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's had some really good finishes.
I give Reddick some leeway because he's in an RCR car.
Yeah, he's an RCR car,
but he's running really well. I mean, he's done the best I'd say out of the bunch. Custer,
man, what happened though?
Custer's just running mediocre. But you gotta remember, he's running mediocre in Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Which shows that there's a hierarchy here. Cup racing is still Cup racing.
Yeah,
you gotta go race Cup guys. There's actual Kyle Busch brought this up. We can talk about. I want to talk about the Kyle Busch fiasco over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Real quick about Noah Gragson. Still about Noah Gragson here, right? That at the end of the day, right? Every fucking NASCAR driver, and especially Xfinity drivers, just spoil the rich kids whose parents are paying for a ride.
Most of the time.
But a lot of them are.
Noah Gragson gives off that vibe the most to me, and I also hate looking at him because he seems like that, and I just really don't like his presence on anything. Just someone that I really want to hit with my car.
I mean, you want to talk about a rich kid. This guy's not a dick though. At least is Brandon Jones, because isn't his dad Paul, the Menards guy's right hand man, sort of like how Cole Custer's
his dad is
the
CEO of Ream. No, it's not. That's somebody else. Who's the Ream guy?
I don't know.
I think it's. Yeah, it's Brandon. Yeah, J.R. Jones is the CEO of Ream. He's and J.R. Jones is.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Brandon Jones. Yeah, which is how Christopher Bell's sponsorship. That's where it's coming from.
Right.
So Brandon Jones around.
Yeah, at least Brandon Jones, I think, is a good dude. He just isn't as good as he's a driver as some of these other guys.
He is a Xfinity driver. That's about it.
Yeah. I think he's solid.
Brandon Jones
is
the son of J.R. Jones, who's the president and CEO of Ream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they sponsored Jones all until 2015, and then they just moved their stuff other places.
Let's go to our buddy Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Boy. One thing I found kind of funny about this whole thing, they asked, what do you have sponsors? I don't know. Ask Joe Gibbs. Are you going to retire after next year? He goes, ask Joe Gibbs. They asked Joe Gibbs, and he's like, yeah, we're working something out, right? I don't know. I just found that really funny.
I guess he's right. You know what I mean? Ask Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, ask Joe Gibbs. I don't think that was meant to be I don't think it was meant to be probably I'm probably out of ride. I think it's meant to be I don't know.
I think he did it that way though, just to Kyle Busch nature of just stirring the pot.
Yeah, that was a very Kyle Busch thing to do.
It was I know the people don't like Brandon. Not Brandon. I know the people don't like Ty Gibbs now. They never really did. Let's make a little Kyle Busch fun out of the fan base real quick.
Yeah. Now he's a special out of. So let's really get something working.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Did y'all hear that in the
whose background was that? Because if I know it ain't mine.
Was that? Where did that come through the coal?
Chris, you got TV on?
I do have a TV on. It's not very loud. Like
I think
at all.
it just came through. It sounded like
Was
somebody
it someone like screaming?
flailed their body off something. They were like,
Scream.
Fall.
it's those little green aliens are in the studio. They hit the Pentagon.
Turn on the TV. It doesn't matter what channel.
They hit the Pentagon. Turn on the TV. It doesn't matter what channel.
Anyway, Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Stirring the pot.
I think he was just stirring the pot. I don't see how. If Joe Gibbs got rid of Kyle Busch, that'd be like the biggest bag fumble of all time.
Yeah. It's not happening.
To replace
So
him
who's leaving for Ty Gibbs? I mean, we think we all know who's leaving for Ty Gibbs.
I think it's Smart Truex.
I think it's Martin Truex.
Yeah.
I think
The
Truex,
only way
I think Truex gets shown the door Matt Kenseth style if he's not done, or he says he's done.
Yeah.
Truex doesn't seem done to me,
I don't think
though.
Truex is done.
I don't think he's done.
Truex doesn't seem done.
He doesn't seem done at all. He's running great still. He's making up for all the years he lost on the path to get here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think he has any reason to go anywhere. I got an idea for you.
Yeah.
How about this little storyline I just thought of in my mind? Because everybody's like, it's a done deal.
What's a done deal?
Not so fast. That's my explanation here. Because Stuart Haas has the 10 car opening next year. And everybody says it's going to be Ryan Preece. If you said you were going to have Ryan Preece and then Martin Truex showed up with Bass Pro Shops behind him at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Big time. I don't think
If Kyle Busch somehow gets shown the door because he doesn't have sponsors and Kyle Busch comes knocking on the door, are you going to take Kyle Busch or Ryan Preece?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think right now that it's a matter of not having sponsors for Kyle Busch. It's just, I think right now, but if I had to guess behind the scenes, it's more of a bidding war than it is like nobody wants him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he could just be like, yeah, I've laid my legacy. Let's see if somebody wants to pay me more. I'm trying to set up my like financial situation for like me and my family for the rest of the time. He's definitely laid his mark.
Universe's lifespan.
You know what I mean? He's definitely made his mark as
a
beast of a driver. He doesn't need to keep... If he wanted to just go chase the bag and take a bigger paycheck at somewhere not as quick, he could. But I don't know if anybody out there is going to be able to provide him with that paycheck unless it's like HMS. They're booked. Penske,
think
they're
about
full.
it this way. His Xfinity team has sponsors. Like, if he really wanted to, could he not just, like, get Safe Light for, like... The 18.
Well, you gotta remember if KBM is really, if that's Toyota, that they're sponsoring Toyota more than they're sponsoring Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Because it's like a Toyota development thing. But it is still, Kyle Busch is paying for a good chunk of that out of his own pocket.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Which is another reason why I think it would be stupid for Gibbs to get rid of him. Because Kyle Busch is his developmental system. Not even his, he's Toyota's developmental system. You know what I mean? That all goes through Kyle Busch. You lose Kyle Busch, you lose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the ARCA, you got to go through Kyle. Yeah,
but even then, they go find those guys in late models and give them Toyota late models.
Yeah.
They give them Toyota ARCA cars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs was running the ARCA car for Ty, but that's different.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but now that same car driven by Sammy Smith is technically a Kyle Busch car now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there was a point in time where KBM had an Xfinity car, and that was just him driving it.
Yeah.
Him and Kurt.
Yeah.
So
track car.
That wasn't there because that car was competing against Joe Gibbs cars on track. That was Kyle Busch just playing with his money.
Yeah.
Essentially. So, could he go to Cup? Yes. Will he go to Cup? No.
Not this year. Not next year.
I don't know if ever. It's expensive. I think he has the facilities to pull it off, but he'd have to dump the truck program and run himself.
Yeah.
And then bring an entire staff and go find some huge money sponsors that want to pay for it. Could it be done? Yes. Is he going to do it? I doubt it.
Yeah, Toyota needs more Cup rides, but I don't think it's going to come from there. I think I could see a team I think this team should do it. Brandon, you've talked about this before. We both think this team should do it. They're not going to. I think it would do Petty a lot of good to switch to Toyota, to be honest, but they're not going to.
I don't know. They look pretty good now with what they got going on with GMS.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they got something good going. So
they got financial help through GMS and instead of through Toyota, which is nice. I think Petty GMS could jump on if a new manufacturer showed up, but
like a Dodge.
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something to think about.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, but it's weird because Toyota
I don't see how I
think Toyota guys find themselves
going. Is Ty Gibbs going to go another year of Xfinity, or is he going to go the William Byron and just jump one at a time, just boom, boom, boom? He didn't even go to trucks. He skipped trucks.
Yeah.
Granted,
I've been
watching truck races every week. I don't see the point in going to trucks unless you're going to stick around in trucks for a while, because I don't know if it's really the best place to go develop. To be honest,
I've been saying this for a while about Ty Gibbs. I think Ty Gibbs, right, is gonna after this year is gonna stay one more year in Xfinity, and John Hunter Nemechek is gonna join him, and then the year after that they're both gonna go to Cup at the same time. And I think John Hunter Nemechek's gonna be in. I think John Hunter Nemechek's going to the 45, and Ty Gibbs is going to the 19. Because Kurt Busch, I would assume, is going to retire after. Not this year, but next year.
Everyone keeps saying 5 years. Except Kurt.
Everybody keeps talking about Kurt Busch's retirement except for Kurt Busch, who's just like, man, I love driving race cars. It's like he's not old. Why is everybody acting like he's so old?
He's not old, but I just think
like everybody's like he's been in Cup forever, but he started Cup racing when he was like 18.
I just think Kurt
cut him some slack. He was a literal teenager, and like he's out there, like he was like 18 in the 500 getting flipped off by Dale Earnhardt. You know what I mean? Dude's old, yes, but he's not ancient.
I just think at the end of his contract, which is going to be, like 2 years from now, he's going to be like, 45 or something like that? How old is he now? Like 44?
They want him to run his course, though. I don't think it's just going to be until he runs his contract out, because Kurt has a job that they want him to do there. And then it's developed. Like, Kurt, I don't think going to go until they're comfortable with the way the organization is running.
Yeah, they need Kurt more than Kurt needs them.
The whole reason Kurt is there is to stabilize that team and to get them on a solid ground and get them into playoff contention. That's what Kurt's there to do.
I mean, I agree that Kurt retires out of the 45 car.
Yeah,
I think this is his last ride.
This is his last ride, but I don't know how many years. I think he'll be around for at least 2 more.
Yeah. Either way, I think John Hunter Nemechek will end up in the car, and I think Ty Gibbs will end up in the 19. It's just a matter of how they're going to get there, right? If not John Hunter, like, I don't know. Who do you really... Chandler Smith?
I wish John Hunter would have slipped into the Wood Brothers car somewhere in the line there. I thought that would have been a better option for him.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
But,
I think a lot of these Toyota guys are going to find themselves in Fords. Like once
he's racing full time now, so.
Like once Denny Hamlin retires, I think. Yeah, like once Denny Hamlin retires, I think. I don't know, maybe like Chandler Smith.
I think it's cool to go trophy hunt and be full time trucks in a KBM truck, than be full time Cup in the 38 car.
Yeah, but eventually he can't. I think the goal is to work his way back up, though. I don't think the goal is to just be in trucks for the rest of his career.
No,
but it's only if he can get that opportunity.
Especially when his teammate is turning into a kind of a star in his own right. Chandler Smith has been really good. You got to wonder if he's gonna, maybe not always get the best truck from Kyle Busch. It's like, how long does he want to stay there, kind of competing with Chandler Smith?
Chandler Smith was in the Love's truck.
No, that's
Zane Smith.
Oh, different Smith. Are they related or no?
No, they're not.
I don't know.
Last name is Smith. There's a small chance they're related. But.
Yeah, it's a very common name.
But NASCAR is such a small circle in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, the circle.
They're all related to Regan Smith.
Yeah, it all circles right back around.
Yeah, I think all the guys besides Chandler Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, and Ty Gibbs in Toyota are going to find themselves in like Fords or other rides that aren't with Toyota.
If they move up a lot of them. Because,
again,
it's a big if for a lot of those guys.
Yeah. Like my pick, for the 10 car is Ryan Preece, but I think there's a chance that a guy like Brandon Jones either goes to the 98 or maybe the colleague. I could see him going to a colleague ride.
You were talking about Martin Truex, possibly maybe to the 10, right? If they show up the door.
Only if they show him the door.
I could one up beyond that. In a couple of years, he goes to 4.
The 4? Yeah.
I wouldn't be too shocked.
I just think there's going to be like a young guy in the 4 because I think by the time that the 4 is going to be open, you're going to have enough of that veteran presence with Chase Briscoe to where you won't really need
all 4 years.
Well,
4-year veteran.
He's not exactly a young kid, and he's also very good for a guy in his second year.
Experience. You need years.
Age means nothing.
Well, yeah, but he's also
that. No age. No.
He's also.
You're 18 or you're 38. You are still a Cup rookie on your first year. You still don't have Cup experience. He needs that more.
Yeah, we've seen so far this year he's not.
I don't think he gets veteran presence by being around there for 4 years. He's still a young guy. He's going to one for a while.
Yeah, well, he's very clearly better than your average sophomore driver, though. It's not. That's,
shit, he's better, but I don't know. You still need that presence there. It's not something you could just be like, we don't need this. It's all right. It's fine.
I think their team would collapse.
I don't think it'd work.
I don't think Kevin Harvick is ever retiring.
Hey, he just runs forever.
I mean, he hasn't made... Same thing as Kurt. He's made, no indications.
Except that one on Dale Jr.'s show. He's like, I was going to retire at the end of 21. So I got that contract extension.
To be fair, though, only if you, not everybody does, I mean, Ryan Newman was kind of shown the door, but, Ryan Newman wasn't, retire. He just kind of did.
He was in a retirement. He's like, I'll race if somebody wants me to, but nobody wants me anymore, so I guess I'll leave.
Harvick will not be shown the door.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick, and he's friends with Tony Stewart. It's not happening. Him and Tony are such good friends. Harvick will never be shown the door. Harvick is done when he decides he's done.
Mm-hmm. Which I do think is going to be at the end of his contract, just because it was almost at the end of last contract.
But who knows if he wants to keep going, We don't know when this contract runs to. But if he wants to keep racing, he'll keep racing.
It's a 2-year deal.
If it was a 2-year deal...
This would be his last year.
That'd be this year.
I think it's at the end of next year, which is, I think these...
Okay, whatever it is, I think it ends at the end of next year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think this season in 3 quarters is very important because, he's been pretty solid, but he's not been up to his usual standards, I would say.
Yeah,
so
but
it depends on how he does.
The playing field is even out so much, I feel like. So you're not going to get a lot of dominance. You're not going to get really dominance early on. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is the Harvick standard, dominant.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't think anybody's living on standards right now, other than some of the younger guys that haven't won yet.
Yeah.
Look at Martin Truex, Kyle Busch. They are not living up to Kyle Busch, Martin Truex standards so far, I don't think.
Yeah, they're a lot higher in the points.
With the way everybody else.
Looking at the points, I think Kevin Harvick's still in the top 10, obviously, but
Chastain winning again is annoying because now we've lost another race to keep filling the grid.
Yeah, Kyle Busch sitting
fourth. Yeah, but we have enough of those. It's all right.
I know.
I want more. I want to fill the grid.
Well,
I want to overfill the grid.
I don't think we're getting another one at Dover, unless Elliott wins, which I could see Elliott winning.
I think we're getting Martin Truex to win at Dover or something.
Hey, who did you pick for Dover? We're going to Dover, by the way, if anybody wants to talk about Dover. I'm excited for Dover in the next-gen car because I love Dover.
Oh, yeah.
I think this would make a really good, at least a really good strategy race. That'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Nico, it's Roman. Let's go bowling.
I think the main players, right? You got the Hendrick boys, all of them. Mostly Elliott Larson. Martin Truex, I think, will be good here. And maybe Denny Hamlin. It just kind of seems like experiences prevails at a track like Dover.
Yeah.
And Kevin Harvick, who's had a lot of reasons here.
I don't know.
So I think this will be a fun race.
Who did we pick, Adrian? Do you have the sheet handy?
Yeah, I picked Larson. I'm sticking with that.
I've got sheets pulled up. Hold on.
I had Larson. So I have Kyle Larson, Brandon. You have Chase Elliott.
Nobody picked Chastain, right, for Dega?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't pick Chastain.
No. One of you picked him for Daytona. That was no, nobody picked him for Daytona. My bad.
I picked him for Atlanta. I think.
No, someone picked Suarez.
Yeah, and Eric Jones. Vito picked Eric Jones.
Dang, that almost happened.
Yeah.
No, Vito didn't pick Eric Jones for Talladega. I mean, he picked him for Daytona. Yeah,
Talladega. I picked Chastain for one of the Atlantas, I think.
Yeah, Talladega. Our picks were Joey Logano, me, Ricky Stenhouse, Brandon, Ryan Blaney, Chris, Joey Logano, Vito. Dover, I have Kyle Larson. Chris has Chase Elliott. Or no, Chris has Kyle Larson. Brandon has Chase Elliott. Vito has Kurt Busch.
Yeah,
So.
the random Kurt
Busch. The random Kurt Busch event will be happening, I think.
Me and Vito are the only ones to not get them right. Chris and Brandon got at least one under their belt. Brandon with Auto Club, Chris with picking Hamlin at Richmond. So it's the rate because one of us is bound to get them right. Like, I mean, all four of us are bound to get at least one right. Maybe.
Yeah, Vito's gonna get Michael McDowell right.
He's gonna get Bristol Knight.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm getting Bristol Knight.
And I'm gonna get the All-Star race right with Ross Chastain, which looked like a crazy pick at the beginning of the year, but
now it's like, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Possibly.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else to add.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm ready to wrap this one up. What do y'all think?
Larry Mack in the box. They're in the booth.
Hey, Larry Mack. That's right.
Well, he was on the box last week, in the booth this week.
Sipping Miller Lite.
Good, get Larry Mack in the booth.
All right. Well.
Back tonight.
Nothing else to add. Dover coming up this weekend. Hope you enjoyed our Wednesday night installment, Spin Tunnel. I know I did.
We'll be more prepared for Dover, I promise. This was just kind of like off the cuff, shooting the shit.
Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. But at the end of the day, always remember, we're Spin Tunnel. Y'all are not. Didn't clarify that last week. That had to be clarified
I forgot to do that last week.
So I'll do it twice. We're Spin Tunnel. You're not. See you.